Hey guys, like it said in the description of Jordan's coming out video, I said that I was going to post my coming out story um, by the time I end up editing this and posting it. It'll probably end up being Friday anyways, even though I planned on posting it today. So I guess I kind of always knew that, I was gay. Um, Stemming back from way in like elementary school. I never had the same interests as the other guys did. I never wanted to, you know, um, impress a girl. I never had the drive to, um, chase them around the schoolyard or whatever. I didn't have that interest. I always found myself hanging out with the girls more than I hanging out with the guys. I found myself doing more activities that the girls were doing than the guys were doing. But it wasn't until like 7th grade that I started researching what could be different about me. Looking online and stuff like that, I found that, the characteristics or things that I had that I was doing pointed in the direction of me being gay. So, looking online, I was taking questionnaire after questionnaire after questionnaire, seeing if, I was or wasn't. I always came up as, you are gay. I even went as far as trying to change answers to try to convince myself that maybe I wasn't. I was researching, is this behavior normal for a straight teen to do? Obviously, it wasn't. Um, so it wasn't until the end of 8th grade, beginning of 9th grade, when I started to come to terms with the fact that, I am different, this is who I am. It wasn't until the end of 9th grade, so when I really came to terms with the fact that I was. Um, I was cool with it, that summer I had little petty relationships, little online relationships that meant nothing, something that I know that I could easily get out of if I needed to, something I can easily erase so that no one could find out that I was. Um, so during the time of having, these online guy relationships, I had girl relationships or whatever. Um, it was my freshman year, 9th grade, when I actually was dating a senior, which obviously meant nothing to me, um, just to hide the fact that I was. People would look at me holding her hand in school and stuff like that and thought that I was cool because I was dating a senior. Um, and she was a great person, but obviously wasn't what I wanted. We ended up breaking up at the end of freshman year, but all during freshman year and during the summer, I was having, those online petty relationships that we easily covered and stuff like that. It wasn't until the beginning of sophomore year to when I realized that I needed to tell someone. Um, I had picked up my phone one evening and I was going to text my best friend at the time, still is, I love her to death, my best friend Danielle. Um, I picked up the phone and I sent her a message saying, Danielle, there is something that I need to talk to you about. She was freaking out. She was like, what's up? What's wrong? What's going on? What do you need to talk to me about? Is it bad? Is it good? She was freaking out. I had written the message on my phone telling her, I'm gay. This is who I am. I completely understand if you never want to talk to me again, but I just needed to tell someone. And I remember sitting on the couch with tears falling down my face, wondering if I was going to ever send that message. I did, and I'm glad that I did because she said that, it's not going to change anything about our relationship. You're still my best friend. I still love you to death. And, I'm here for you no matter what it is. And that was such a milestone that I actually had told someone that I was gay. Um, and it gave me an out. it gave me someone who I could go to and talk to about anything. There was nothing that I was hiding from her. She knew everything about me up until that point. And yeah, that was just such an amazing feeling. And it actually allowed me to tell a couple more people. Just the feeling of acceptance allowed me to come out to other people, all other friends. So I did. I told a few more friends, and things were great until they leaked out. Things got leaked out from an online relationship. They found out they leaked that information out, and that's when the bullying started. It got so bad in school, and it allowed me to put up this wall, put up the I don't care wall. You know, I didn't let things bother me when it came to things that were in school, because I knew that at the end of the day, I could go home and escape it all. I could get away from it. There was a way that I could get away from, the bullying that was going on in school. Until they started saying stuff on Facebook. They started saying stuff, through text messages and stuff like that, and that's when it got really bad. Towards the end of sophomore year, I hate to say it because it put me in such a dark place. It put me in such a dark place where I decided to try to kill myself. I'm not going to get into the details of how I tried, but it got really bad. Moving past that, it caused me to put up a huge barrier, a huge wall that I didn't let anybody past or anything like that. And so the rest of the year continued. I cut out all of my friends. I didn't talk to anybody. I bottled everything up. I lost a bunch of friends just because I wouldn't talk to them. I completely cut them out. And so the year went on. Summer break went on. It was the beginning of junior year. I had just started dating a guy at school. It was a relationship. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was the best thing. I didn't think it was the worst thing. But it was a guy at school. One day, about mid-year, I basically told myself, fuck it, I'm just going to tell the rest of the school. I'm just going to come out all at once. It's going to be a lot easier. I'm just going to tell everyone. I do not suggest you do it this way because it was the worst decision that I have made, because I had not told another one of my best friends, or I haven't told the girl that I grew up with. Our fathers were friends, so we literally grew up together. I didn't tell them yet. But after lunch, we were heading back to health class, and I ran up and gave him the biggest kiss on the lips. I had never seen my friend's mouth drop so far to the ground. I've never seen her mouth open that big before. It was probably the worst choice that I've ever made. I wish I had told her in person that I was. She didn't talk to me for probably 3 or 4 days, just because my best friend was amazed or confused. She didn't know. She didn't expect it. And of course, the friend that, I grew up with ambushed me on the bus, because we live, down the street from each other. Ambushed me on the bus, asking me a bunch of questions and stuff like that. I didn't mind. But yeah. It was probably the worst way that I could have told her. And I still feel really bad for it. So, junior year went on. I ended up breaking up with him just because, I didn't like him the same way that he liked me, and we had moved past it or whatever. It was the beginning, junior year, at the end of junior year, that's when I decided that I was going to tell my parents. I had written a note and I had put it in my backpack when I got home from school and left the backpack on the shelf. I ended up going over my friend Courtney's house. She's my best friend. She was the one who I told by kissing my boyfriend at the time. I went over Courtney's house, and I sat there and waited and waited and waited. And then I texted my mother and telling her where the note was and that she needed to read it and show the note to my father. In the note, it said that I'm sorry for disappointing you. I'm gay. I'm sorry for disappointing you. I'm sorry for not being able to give you the life that you had once envisioned me having. I said, I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to, have the wife and the kids and the yard and the house and the dog or whatever her vision of my life being. She ended up calling a bunch of times. I obviously ignored the calls. When I got home, my parents were sitting at the kitchen table. My mother was in tears. And she told me that she wasn't disappointed about the fact of me being gay, but about the fact that I didn't tell her myself. That I didn't talk to her myself. My father said that they weren't disappointed, that I can still have that life, whether it's through adoption or having a surrogate or whatever, but I can still have the life that he envisioned, just not with a girl, with a guy. My mother is still kind of iffy about the whole me being gay aspect of things, which is normal. I mean, I don't think she'll ever be 100% comfortable with it, but she is more comfortable than I had expected she was going to be. So summer went on. My family found out through other people. So my whole family, on my father's side anyways, knew. My parents knew, and the school knew. So I was out of the closet at that point. At the beginning of my senior year, I started dating a guy, and the relationship was not good. I was getting abused, both physically and verbally. It was not a good relationship, and for some reason it took a lot of time for me to get out. I think it was because I needed to build a lot of courage to be able to end it, because I was afraid of what he would do if I did end it, what he would do if I told him it was over. So I got out of that relationship, still scarred. It caused me to put up such a huge wall that I didn't think anybody was going to ever get through it. But obviously someone was able to get through it, someone was able to make me happy. And here we are today. So I'm fully out, I'm happy as could be. I guess for advice-wise, what I can tell you is that you need to do it when you're ready. And I know people all over YouTube, and I know all the coming out stories that, I'm sure you guys watched. It's the same thing. You gotta do it when you're ready. Gotta make sure you have, support system. But in all reality, all those people are right. You need to do it when you're ready. You need to tell people who you know are going to support you at first to build a base, and you need to tell people when you are ready. And you need to make sure, the biggest tip that I can have for you guys is to make sure you have a support system. Make sure you have an out, just in case things go wrong. Make sure you guys have an out. Make sure you guys are ready. And don't rush things. You got to give time to people to adjust to the whole change, because it is a big change. You, as a person, obviously aren't going to change, because you're you. But for them, it's a huge change. So you got to give them time to adjust. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'll post videos every Thursday, and if we have enough time, we'll make a video for Tuesday, so we'll be posting every Tuesday and Thursday. See you later.